Showing compassion towards others is not only a human trait. Animals happen to exhibit them too, and it has been proven time and time again, and these are only just a few examples. From a dog adopting orphan ducks to a monkey risking his own life to rescue a friend, here are 10 times animals saved other animals from dying. Number 10. Canine ducklings. Fred took the babies under his paw. Dogs instinctively like to live in packs. As long as they're in a group, even if the group isn't composed of all dogs, they still thrive. That's the reason why they're such good family pets and protectors. The bond between pack members is incredibly strong, so much so that when one pack member's life is in peril, the others will instinctively come to the rescue. Case in point is this security camera footage uploaded to Facebook by Byron Thanarian, showing how his rescued Staffordshire bull named Jesse saving his Pomeranian named Chucky from nearly drowning in the family pool. The video shows Chucky falling into the pool with Jesse. Upon sensing his friend in danger, he came to the rescue within minutes. Jesse couldn't quite figure out how to save Chucky though, as you can see him following the Pomeranian around the pool while it frantically tries to swim. The poor drowning dog had to swim around for 34 minutes before he was finally pulled from the water by Jesse with the use of his teeth. The owners never noticed the near tragedy and only found out what happened when they found both dogs soaking wet, so they decided to check the security cameras. Number 8. Bodyguard of the Sea. In May 2012, researchers observed a pod of killer whales attacking a gray whale and its calf in Monterey Bay, California. Sadly, the calf was killed, but in an act that can only be described as a show of altruism, humpback whales came to the rescue. 2 humpback whales were already on the scene as the killer whales, or orcas, attacked the grays. But after the calf had been killed, about 14 more humpbacks arrived, seemingly to prevent the orcas from eating the calf. For 6.5 hours, the humpbacks slashed at the killer whales with their flippers and tails. And despite thick swarms of krill spotted nearby, a favorite food for humpbacks, the giants did not abandon their vigil. It's not clear why the humpbacks would risk injury and waste so much energy protecting an entirely different species. Number 7. Orangutan saves drowning bird. For an extremely brief moment, it looked as though this orangutan was craving a midday snack when it plucked a duckling from the water in its enclosure. However, onlookers were proven wrong quite quickly. This dramatic footage shows the caring ape appearing to kiss life into its new friend, after finding it struggling in the water after being abandoned by its mother. Seeming to realize the young duck was in trouble, it tears off a leaf from a nearby bush and places it near the bird's mouth. It did struggle to latch on though, and seeing that tactic wasn't going to work, the ape uses the leaf as a paddle, bringing the duckling closer before scooping it up in its rather large hands, much to the shock of onlookers. The ape then brought the chick to his mouth, as if to eat it, but no. It actually gave the chick a tiny little kiss before laying it gently on the grass. Although orangutans primarily eat fruit, they have been known to dine on small animals on occasion, making this rescue even more amazing, and thankfully not heartbreaking. Number 6. Bear saves crow from drowning. In a shockingly similar instance as in the previous entry, a bear at the Budapest Zoo noticed a crow drowning in the water surrounding its enclosure. The bear peered over the edge and gazed curiously at the bird frantically flapping for help. At one point in the video, the 2 animals seemingly make eye contact as the crow calls out, desperate for help. The bear then reaches a robust paw into the water and helps the bird out into the edge. After rescuing the crow, the bear goes back to eating and meandering around, paying no mind to the crow. It seemed this bear could sense the distress of the drowning bird, and acted out of a pure desire to help the animal. Much like in the video of the orangutan saving the baby bird, the complex, compassionate nature of animals is enough reason to not want them to suffer in small, artificial enclosures for people's entertainment. Number 5. Hippos are heroes. That ain't a statement you're gonna hear very often. Hippos have a fearsome reputation, and with good reason. They've been known to attack and capsize boats without any provocation. Plus, their large mouths have a bite force that can literally chop a person in half. They're the only animals that can go toe-to-toe with the crocodile, whose habitat they share. But despite being the fearsome and unpredictable creatures that they can be considered heroes for the sheer number of lives that they have saved. They act like lifeguards, making sure that the animals swimming in the waters that they patrol are safe, especially from, again, the hungry crocs. Here you'll be seeing an example. In the first clip, you can see a group of hippos attacking a croc that has its jaws clamped onto a poor zebra. In the second clip, the hippos went head-to-head with 2 massive crocs to save a wildebeest. In both occasions, the hippos didn't stop harassing the crocs until they let go, depriving them of an easy meal. Now, it's entirely possible that these hippos do these heroic acts just because they hate crocs. It doesn't explain this photo of a hippo pushing a drowning baby zebra onto the shore to save its life. This does prove that even the most violent animals do have a heart, deep down all that hatred. Number 4. Little guy saves the big guys. Usually it's the bigger and stronger ones that look out for the smaller guys, but in this case it's the big guys who found themselves quite helpless, and it's the little guy that saves the day. In March of 2008, 2 pygmy sperm whales managed to get themselves stranded on a beach in New Zealand. As expected, wildlife conservation officers were immediately on the scene to help the stranded animals. One of the people helping the whales was Malcolm Smith, and he told the BBC about the rescue effort. According to him, he and a group of other people tried desperately to guide and push the whales back into the ocean. However, the whales, probably because they were distressed and panicking, kept on beaching themselves over and over. The rescuers tried for over an hour, but to no avail. Understandably, they became pretty exhausted and even contemplated giving up. In cases like these, according to Smith, they would have no choice but to euthanize the animals. But as they gave up, a dolphin named Moko came to the rescue. He swam towards the scene and seemingly communicated with the whales, who immediately showed signs of calming down. The dolphin then calmly guided the whales back into the open ocean. Moko is well known for playing with swimmers on that beach, and now he's also going to be forever known as a hero. Too bad no video of the event actually exists. It would have been an awesome thing to actually watch. Number 8. Unlikely Mom. Staff at the zoo in Samara, Russia were excited about the birth of 3 cougar cubs on July 15th. However, they were afraid to leave the cubs with their parents for fear that they could react aggressively and harm the infants. The cubs were then given instead to Charlie, a German Shepherd dog with 5 young puppies of her own and a maternal instinct that just wouldn't quit. Since then, Charlie and her foster kids have gotten along swimmingly, and she's fed them and cared for them as if they were her own puppies. Honestly, I'd love to see Peter Venkman kind of see that one. In any case, I'm personally glad that the dog and the cubs get along very well. If not, who knows what could have happened to the cubs. Probably be raised by humans. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Today's pick involves 2 of the most vicious animals on the planet. But is it even possible for the 2 to coexist or even help each other out in times of need? Well, find out next with number 2. Crocs and sharks. Alright, let's get straight to the point here. Were there any situations wherein a shark, whether intentionally or accidentally, saves a crocodile life and vice versa? Well, based on what we've seen today, it is possible, but very unlikely. These 2 behemoths are far more likely to try and take a bite out of one another rather than share a friendly handshake. Just recently, a crocodile was seen eating a shark on the east coast of South Africa. Granted that it was just a small shark, and it still shows the animosity of both animals towards each other. This is a rare documented case of the 2 animals actually interacting with each other, and it ended in one becoming a meal for the other. Now, granted, I might be wrong on this, I'm probably not, but until I see proof of a croc actively saving the life of a shark and vice versa, I'm gonna remain doubtful. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Number 1. Fallen Comrade. And I end this video with the most selfless act of altruism I've ever seen in an animal. This little monkey is a real hero, saving the life of another primate who fell unconscious after receiving an electric shock in India. The fallen monkey was shocked by the voltage while walking on high-tension wires in Kanpur railway station. It fell onto the tracks and all hope seemed to be lost as it slid beneath the rails. His companion didn't leave his side and tried to revive the other by hitting, biting, and tipping him in water. That is, despite the fact that he himself might get run over by an approaching train. After about 20 minutes, the electrocuted monkey started to show signs of life and began moving again. The stunning series of events was captured on mobile phone, with the amazing scene played out in front of hordes of amazed onlookers. Which act of altruism impressed you the most? Let us know down below in the comments. Also make sure to check out the channel's other amazing content. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Later, everybody!